This is a story about giving and receiving. About 4 years ago, thanks to my loving, supportive, and well-written husband, I had the good fortune to receive an incredible gift. My husband wrote a letter about me and submitted my name for a full scholarship to a women's self-care retreat. And this wasn't just any retreat. It was led by Louise Hay and Cheryl Richardson, and it was limited to 100 women, which is a small group considering who the presenters were. And it was held at the Miraval Spa in Tucson, Arizona. 4 nights, all expenses paid. The participant cost for this retreat was just under $4,000. Something I never could have afforded on my own, especially not on a public school teacher's income. And I won the scholarship. Miraval Spa and Resort is an extraordinary place, but that's not what this story is about. This story is about what it was like for me to receive that. The afternoon when I arrived, I checked in and a young man helped me with my bags, took them to my room, and he opens the door, brings my bags in, and leaves. And I stood there in the quiet, looking around this beautiful room with the doors that opened out to this beautiful patio, little garden area, and it was all for me. And I burst into tears. I was so overwhelmed. And I don't mean moved to tears, I mean I was full out sobbing. I grabbed my cell phone, called my best friend, my husband, and he heard the tears in my voice. He was, what's wrong? You know, I said, I'm okay. I'm just overwhelmed. I told him, I said, there's so much abundance, and this place is so incredible and so beautiful. And here I am, I'm doubting whether or not I deserve this. And of course, he said exactly what I needed to hear. Even so, for those 4 days that I was there, I really struggled with my deservability. I was painfully aware of how awkward I was at receiving. And what I've come to know about working with women in women's circles and leading women's retreats is that women in our culture, in my experience, myself included, are well practiced at taking care of others, the needs of others, whether it's our children or our partners or our friends or even at work. Most women I know are highly skilled at tending to and taking care of the needs of others. But when it comes to giving that same time and attention to ourselves, we feel guilty. And that was up for me during the weekend. I struggled with that. On the 3rd day, I think it was, I was sitting on that exquisite bed in my room, and I was writing in my journal. The doors to the patio were open, and the desert breeze was coming through the room, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful time of solitude and time to tend to myself. And as I sat there in that room, I looked around me at all this abundance, and I thought to myself, every woman should have the opportunity to experience this tender self-care. That healing experience at Miraval is one of the reasons I create women's retreats. Women need that. Women need a space to tend to themselves with compassion and solitude and joy. A place where we can connect with other women who struggle with the same kind of issues, and share our women's stories and laugh and even cry and create and make art. It needs to be a place that feels emotionally safe enough to bring all of who we are, not just the beautiful, but the beautiful and the not beautiful, the messy and unfinished parts of ourselves. When we can bring and embrace all of who we are, we heal together. I may not be able to offer a spa resort like Miraval, but what I can offer is the beauty and tranquility of Bend of Ivy Lodge just outside of Asheville, North Carolina. Of course, you've got the breathtaking views of the Blue Ridge Mountains. And they have 63 acres to explore of ponds and nature trails and a quiet river that runs alongside the property. They also have a labyrinth up on top of a hillside with a tree in the center, and it's perfect for solitude and quiet meditation. Their main hall has a 22-foot high picture window that looks out over the trees, so you have all that natural sunlight pouring in, and that's the perfect space for Sacred Circle. This is where we will hold the 2016 Women's Retreat, Making Peace with Your Inner Critic. So if any of this resonates for you, please email info@sagesoulsisters.com. And if you will, post this video, share the information on your social media pages. Help me get the word out there to other women. You deserve this. We all deserve this. Thank you.